Good morning. Today we have come to present an interview about the international business carried out by the Siemens Energy Company. Our interviewee today is called Anna.
Hello everybody, I am Ana Uritica. I work at Siemens Energy SAS as the export control business partner. I have been working for Siemens for 24 years. Siemens Energy is a worldwide company that sells energy solutions through different kind of products. Today I'm going to talk to you about the company and the exports.
Thank you for the introduction. Let's start. The first question is: to which countries are the company exports direct and what means of transport is used for it?
In our factory, we produce electrical transformers. We export them to the United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Guatemala, and Peru. The 85% of the production of the company is exported. We usually select the transport by sea because our products are oversized and heavy, like these ones. This is an electrical transformer. So for this kind of product, normally we use standard containers and flat rack container. The ports that we usually use are Santa Marta, Cartagena, Barranquilla, and Buenaventura.
What were the facilities that you visualized with this country so that you decide to export them?
Okay, I can tell you that it is mainly trade agreements. We have a trade agreement with Brazil that is the Mercosur agreement that has been very useful for our company. And also we have the TLC with the United States.
How did you find customers abroad who bought your product?
Okay, first of all, we are national manufacturers and we have a big quality, high quality products. Our customers are state-owned companies that they always need to distribute, generate, and transmit energy. So for these kind of products, the customers are always looking for specialized suppliers that can offer this kind of technology specialized for energy.
Continuing with our interview, we have the following question. Did you carry out a market study in order to start exporting?
Of course, it is very important to conduct a market research. For example, in our company, we depend on the government investment. As I already said, our customers are state-owned companies. So when the government in a country wants to invest in infrastructure, then we have this opportunity to offer our products.
That's so interesting, and I think there are several things that we have related to what we have seen in class. So the next question is, what regulations did you find in the countries to which you export?
Well, there are several requirements. For example, meeting the international standards, ISO international standards for transformers is a very, very important requirement. We also need to consider security standards for the supply chain, like the CDPAT or the economic authorized operator. Of course, we need to fulfill also the phytosanitary requirements for the packing for the wood.
The next one is, when starting to export, what limitations did you encounter?
Well, the limitations are long customs procedures, and sometimes we have these intrusive inspections from the anti-narcotics police, and this take a lot of time. And also we have high transport costs inside the country.
You have to make adaptation to the product in order to better enter the foreign market.
Of course, we are always doing adaptations in order to fulfill the customer's requirements. Our products are not standard products. They are always changing depending on the site, depending on the energy. So we have customers in Brazil with different requirements from the customers in the United States. For example, in the United States, we have state-owned companies that limitate us to use some kind of raw material in our productions, and we are always adapting our production to fulfill the standards from the customers.
It's important to calculate the value of freight for international transport, sea, air, land from Colombia to a specific destination. And what type of currency is used at the time of this?
Okay, this is a good question. And I don't have just one answer for that, because when you are negotiating prices for the freight, you need to consider a lot of factors. For example, the income terms that you are negotiating with your customers, and also you need to consider the currency and the time. If you have time to wait or your customer needs the product very fast, you need to change the type of transport, for example, to air or by air. And of course, we need to consider the currency and the offer and the demand.
What have been the change impacts that the company has had after the pandemic? What strategies should they have implemented to face it?
Well, during the pandemic, we had a lot of problems. For example, we had this Shanghai crisis, and we didn't find available containers around the world. We couldn't export and we couldn't receive our imports with the raw materials for the production. So we tried to implement different type of shipping methods like the LCL, less than container load, in order to export our products to our customers.
And the next question is, in this year that has been so easy, how has it been to export with the change in policies and all that this has entailed?
Well, this year hasn't been easy at all. When we were recovering from the pandemic, we started a year with a crisis, international crisis, that is the war between Russia and Ukraine, and that affected everything in the world. For example, in our case, we usually bought all the products, raw materials, the steel, electrical steel, or the copper from Russia or this kind of countries in Europe. And we started to feel that we didn't get the raw materials in the time that we needed. So we started to implement different strategies like local suppliers for these raw materials. We tried to also speak with our international customer in order to extend the delivery times. And of course, the currency was also affected. So we needed to change the terms and conditions with our customers. Okay, thank you for this interview. Have a nice day.